Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As some of you already know, I'm a professional actor, and being a Nordic actor, I always thought my career would follow along a trajectory. It would be foreign prostitute, classic role, Russian spy, and then IKEA commercial. Safe to say, I haven't done any of these roles yet. But let's not dwell on that today, because today is the day for sharing some of the most cringiest and embarrassing audition stories. Are you ready? This is going to be mortifying for me and hopefully entertaining for you. Let's begin. Number 1, my drama school audition. Right, standard scenario for a drama school audition. Big group improv. They're yelling out scenarios or emotions or things, scenes, and you're just meant to improvise and go for it. So here we are, giving it all. I'm on it. I'm feeling good. The adrenaline is helping me just bash into it. And what they yell out is shipwreck. And my brain was not on my side that day because I didn't think shipwreck. I didn't think, a ship that is wrecked. I thought a ship that is crashing mid-crash, the Titanic. So I'm there in this big room screaming my head off, basically drowning, dying, flailing, throwing myself across the room, while everyone else is, pretending they're parts of the ship, or, that mermaid on the prow of the ship, or someone mourning after a shipwreck. I'm very loud. I'm the only person making any noise, to be fair, and I was going for it. And it wasn't until after that exercise that I realised, oh, wow, I really misunderstood that brief. I got in anyway. Go me. Number 2. Now this one was an audition very early on in my career, and it was for a kids music video, and it was for costume characters, big foam costumes you get into. Everyone knows them. Teletubbies, big foam things. So I go up for the role of a cat, poised, graceful, fluid, feline. So I'm there in the audition, again, improving, moving, doing my best Michelle Pfeiffer impression. Well, not being too sexy because it's a children's thing, but anyway. I'm there doing my best Michelle Pfeiffer. And they let me, waltz around. We won't be singing in this one because there's already a track that musicians have made, and we're just going to be in the costumes and act it out. And then the casting director gives me this massive foam rhinoceros head and goes, would you mind putting this on and just, improving a rhinoceros? So I put it on. Put this massive, heavy rhino head on, and I, with no prep, try and stomp around the room how a rhino would. And I got the part. Not the cat part, the rhino part. So I went up for the role of a cat and got cast as a rhino instead. Yeah. So much for thinking I was graceful. Couldn't afford to turn it down. It was fun. I was an excellent rapping rhino, I'll have you know. Number 3. This was for a presenting job, and I could make an entire video on just this experience of my life, but I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. I saw a job for a arts and culture presenter on a, late night online TV show. And I thought, great, I'm good at presenting. I'm going to go for that. Arts and culture, that is my jam. That is exactly my kind of thing. I'm thinking arts, music, classical music, you know, fuddy-duddy stuff. I made a video about it. Anyway, so for the audition, we get paired up with a cameraman and we get a list of leads, and we're just meant to go out and film little snippets. Basically make our audition tape on the go with a cameraman. Seems fair enough. Very stressful. We had a couple of hours and a whole list of leads. Anyway, I'm up for the challenge. I take my cameraman and off we go. Day starts off fine. We do a little bit around Chinatown, you know, those cool walking shots where you're walking towards the camera while speaking. All fine. All fine until we get to one of the leads on our list, which is this guy who's apparently scamming loads of people out of money, and I'm meant to go in there unprepped and do an entire expose on him. I was not prepared for this. I thought I would be here talking about arts and culture. Like, can we just go to the National Gallery and I'll admire some art? No? Please? And this was early on in my career. I was a lot younger and I hadn't quite learned to tell people to stuff it yet. I really should have, because I'm there somewhere in South London in front of this building meant to go confront a man, go full Louis Theroux on him, unpaid for an audition while I have a cameraman running after me. This is not what I signed up for. Worst thing was, the cameraman was really into it. So, and he was auditioning in a sense as well. And I just had the most awkward encounter with this man. And I basically went up to him with a mic and went, "Do you have anything to say about these allegations that you're scamming people?" And then we got promptly thrown out the building. Of course we did. I had no info. I just had the rumour that he was maybe scamming some people out of money. Nightmare. Never again. Louis Theroux, you can rest easy. I don't want your job. Number 4. Now this was a more traditional audition for a stage role, and it was for a theatre show that was using puppets, and I love puppets. And I was going up for the role of a bear. Yeah, it was a bear. So I go there, the audition's in Camden. I go there, 15 minutes before my time slot, I'm on time, I'm ready to go. I wait outside the room, sit down, and I'm met by this lady with a clipboard, and she goes, "Oh, could you give me a sheet music?" Now, if you know anything about me, I absolutely hate singing. I hate to sing. Even the idea of singing in public brings me out in hives. I go, I don't have any. And this woman just full on goes in to an actual lecture and goes, "What do you mean you don't have your sheet music? You should really be more prepared. I mean, how can you just rock up to an audition and not bring your sheet music? It's so unprofessional of you." And it goes on and on and on and on. I'm just there going, am I in the right place? Is this a different role? Is this musical theatre? What's happening? I managed eventually to stutter out that I'm here for the puppeteer role. And she just goes, "Ah!" laughs, throws her head back. "Oh, sorry about that, dear," and walks off. Okay, that was bizarre. I found out she was the accompanist. The person who plays the piano while people audition. I'm so sorry. Accompanist. Accompanist? She was the pianist. I can't speak. I found out she was the pianist. Hence the very impassioned rant. Number 5. Now, these were actually model casting calls. I had 2 model castings on the same day. In the first one, I'm told I'm too fat for this casting. And in the second one, I'm told that I'm too skinny for the casting. Who would have known? I'm Schrodinger's fat. Have you had any audition, casting call, interview horror stories? Please do share them in the comments below so I don't feel quite so lonely. Let me know if you enjoyed this video because I could easily make a part 2. A lot more cringy stories to share. I hope to see you soon. And over and out. Oh wait, I have played a prostitute. I'm on the trajectory.